Welcome to this edition of Life's Perspective. I'm Mike Miller. My special guest today, who are you again?
Steve Conrad.
Steve Conrad, Recreation Supervisor.
We talked about walking up and going out.
purpose.
This may happen.
The man that used to leave marks on my legs from racquetball, from
Boy, you're going way back in our history, aren't you?
member of the Marching 110.
Absolutely, yes.
How you been, buddy?
I've been doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. I'm doing really well. Do you remember those racquetball days? Do you play anymore?
Well, you know what? The last match I ever played, okay, my son went to college. It was his freshman year, and he goes, Dad, I'm getting pretty good. I haven't played for 10 years. And I said, okay, we'll play one game to 25. The winner's the world champion in our family, and I'm never playing again.
Forever and ever.
Well, I told my nephews with us, I said, I don't care how much it kills me, he's not scoring a point. And I was ahead 24-0. He hit a shot. It came off the back wall. I turned around backwards between my legs. I hit a rollout for the 25th. I threw my racket away. I've never played again.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Because you used to play all the time. I mean, you play.
Well, I
all
was a
the time.
teaching pro at the courtship for years. You know what? The old back just gave out.
Yeah.
And that's a sport you got to bend down, and I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
I still play tennis, but the racquetball, that's a young kid sport.
Now, I know you were in the band. Do you miss those days?
Well, yeah, I really do. Of course, I started out as a music major before I changed to physical education, recreation, and I played trumpet, and I was in a marching 110. I was there when it was 110 marching men of Ohio. There weren't any women in the band at the time. We were the first band in history ever to play at Carnegie Hall, and yeah, those are good memories.
Wow.
You know, if I could get my parents to pay for college tuition, I'd probably go back and do it again.
Yeah, me too.
Well, especially the band they just went to Dublin, Ireland.
Right.
They played at the Vatican.
Yep.
There's something wrong with the math down there because there's 200 and some members. They still call them the Marching 110.
Oh, well, that's all right. Now, do you keep in touch with any of your old band members?
Well, I really do. I play in an alumni band we're called the Alumni Varsity Band, and we actually play for the girls' volleyball matches. And that is, you know, I'm going to admit, I was a male chauvinist. I said, I will never follow girls' sports. And I know you have because you have daughters, but I tell you what, I am so impressed with the athleticism and just the quality of play of the OU volleyball team. They're one of the top volleyball teams in the country, always in the top 25.
Yeah.
Good fun.
Yeah, but the coach has been there a couple years. Well, the ex-coaches at Ohio State.
The ex-coaches at Ohio State, Ryan Tice, who's there, is phenomenal man, but he's also a great volleyball coach. And it's a lot, and it's fun to go back to your old roots, you know, and see the old convocation center. And
oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Well, I know you're busy, you know, being involved in the Parks Department, a lot of stuff going on. I guess the main thing is pools are open, ready to go?
Absolutely. You know, as a matter of fact, I'm not sure when this show's airing, but we're taping it today, and we're supposed to have our health inspection. I got out of the health inspection today for the
no wonder you were so anxious to come on today.
Yeah, 1 o'clock's perfect. But yeah, we're getting ready to open for Memorial Weekend, and we'll be open Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and then on June the 1st, we open for the summer at Tiki, and then Miller Pool will open June the 3rd for the whole summer. And a lot of work has gone into getting the pools ready. I mean, our maintenance staff, Tom Smith and his crew, people don't realize what it takes. You got to drain the pools. You know, one of the pools we paint the whole bottoms every year. The other one we spot paint. We just rotate those. Hiring all the guards. The guards are out there. You remember, Megan was one of my head guards one year, and they're out there they were out with plastic forks this year digging weeds out of the cracks. So they put in a lot of effort. Tonight they're having a meeting to get ready for the Memorial Weekend, and they're going to work with the cashiers and get them instructed. The next morning before we open, there's going to be an in-service, and a lot goes into it. But you know, it's always fun to see people running all over Tiki Pool. I hate seeing those things vacant.
Oh, absolutely. Now, pricing is pretty reasonable at State. I mean, I know you can buy there's different passes you can buy.
We do have, you can buy book tickets, which you get actually 12 tickets for the price of 10. But it's only $450 to get into Tiki Pool. It's $350 to get into Miller. And if you really go around the county, Mike, you're not going to find any prices that are less expensive than that. I mean, we try to provide a good service to the community, but not gouge the community. And it's hard to make ends meet, I'll be honest. But you know, it's very inexpensive for the public. And we do offer season passes. And once again, if you're interested in those, you can call our Parks office at 687-6651, or we're located at 1507 East Main Street, and you can get all the information there.
Remember I told you I was trying to remember something, swimming lessons.
Swim lessons.
Is that what, does Park still offer swimming lessons?
Well, yeah, you know, it used to be through the Red Cross. Well, they really started cutting things back.
Right.
So we have become an approved aquatic center for the Red Cross. And, you know, something I think is amazing, the people that teach it, Judy Hug, Judd Clover, and their staff, they do it all for free. They do not get paid to teach, so they have a real passion for teaching kids. They do a phenomenal job. If you go to our website at www.lancasterparks.com and go to our pools page, you can actually download the information for the swim lessons. All the registration takes part at our park office, and
Which is out on Main
that's
Street.
on 1507 East Main Street. You can tell where I eat too much because I always say it's right past McDonald's.
Pools are open right, well, they'll be open, ready to go, and
Yeah, they'll be ready to go. The only thing, you know, for Memorial Weekend, it's supposed to be pretty chilly out, so I don't know how it's going to affect
Yeah.
attendance. But we're open 12 to 7 at Tiki Pool Monday through Saturday, 1 to 7 on Sunday, and Miller Pool is always open from 12 to 6, and then on Sunday 1 to 6. And we do offer pool parties, so there's a lot of things happening out there.
Can people still rent Miller Pool and Tiki Pool?
Well, absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. Once again, we have rental forms you need to fill out. You can get those at our park office. The costs vary determining on how many people you're going to have. But yeah, what a great way to have a party. A lot of the Little League baseball teams, the select soccer programs, they all have pool parties, birthday. People have birthday parties. It's from 8 to 11 at Tiki Pool, and then 7 to 10 at Miller. And once again, it's just a great time for people. Yeah.
If you're just tuning in, we're talking with Steve Conrad, the Recreation Supervisor for the City of Lancaster Parks and Recreation. Talking about tennis camps, tennis tournament. I know, avid tennis player.
Well, you know what? I'm at the place now. I still play every Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I told my wife, I don't know if the hour and a half of fun is worth the 3 days of pain afterwards. I still love the sport,
Oh, sure.
And I know it's really been big in your family.
Mm-hmm.
Megan's still coaching for Lancaster
Yep.
High School, helping Gary Elig.
Yep.
But yeah, we do have a wonderful, wonderful camp. It's for ages 5 up through high school, and that will start on June the 17th. It's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and it'll go for, I believe, 3 weeks. So you don't want to miss out. There's usually over 100 some people sign up for this camp. Gary Elig does it with the help of Rod Ashita,
Right. Yep.
and you know Rod, and
Sure.
they don't come any better than Rod.
Right.
And they provide a really good service for these people. And the kids have a ball. We play the quick start tennis for the 5 to.
Let's talk about Quick Start, because I'm sure some of the viewers don't know what that is.
Right. And Quick Start is a new program offered by the United States Tennis Association that one of the frustrating things when kids want to learn how to play tennis, that ball and the racket, they can't get the ball over the net. And so the kids lose interest very quickly. Well, what they're trying to do is make it so they actually feel like they're playing a game. So on a regulation tennis court, they actually split it into a couple different courts, and they get these
Okay.
tiny nets that you actually put out on the floor or on the court, and they get these little foam balls and smaller rackets, and so kids can actually hit it over the net, get it back and forth, and they're playing tennis.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's a great program for the kids.
Now, is there, the deadline to sign up is June 17th? That's when it starts?
That's when it starts, June
Okay.
17th. We'd like you to get you signed up before, I believe it's like June the 4th. Anything after that, I think there is a $10 late fee. So we try to get things done early enough so we can get T-shirts ordered and get everything all organized.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great program, I know.
Well, it really is, and once again, I know your daughters have been involved, 'cause
Right.
and it goes
Right.
up to high school with the junior development program, and I know your girls have been in that.
And they've enjoyed it tremendously. Tournament, tennis tournament?
Well,
It's been going on for a long, long time.
This will be the 43rd, I believe, tennis tournament. Boy, I'm dating myself, but I think I played the second one. It started in 1970. Jan Cox actually did our tennis tournament, tennis program, and Jan
Yeah.
was a longtime instructor for math at Ohio
Right.
University of Lancaster, and still plays in the community band, plays clarinet. But
Right.
Jan started the program, and we are up to about our 43rd year. Made a little bit of change. Attendance has been dropping a little bit. Not a lot of people are playing singles
Sure.
as much. So we thought, instead of having people commit for a 2-week period, let's do the singles the end of June, and then come back and play doubles the 1st of August like we have in the
Oh, okay,
past. That
sure.
way people,
Yeah.
don't have to worry about vacations and stuff. And we're really kind of following on Memorial Weekend is the Shane Roush Memorial Tournament,
Right.
which is just a wonderful
Right.
memorial to the Roush family. And we're hoping that some of those people will take the flyers and sign up to play singles. That's the other change I made. You don't have to be a Lancaster or Fairfield County resident. I'm making it an open tournament.
Sure.
Let anybody who wants to play come
Yeah.
in and play. And
Yeah.
as you're well aware, the Lancaster tennis community is just a phenomenal group of people. A lot of fun.
Right. Oh, absolutely. And there's people from around the area that would love to play. So it's.
I think you're right. And I don't think there's any better tennis venue than Rising Park. It's just so beautiful.
And for people to come out and watch, I mean, we talk about some of the older people that play that just come out and watch now.
Oh, yeah,
And they
absolutely.
get their chairs and watch, and it's great. It's a fantastic time.
Yeah.
Can they register online, or they need to go to the office?
Okay,
What's
they
this?
will need, they can get a registration form online, but they actually need to turn it into the Parks office.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Okay. Friday night bandstand.
Okay, you
coming
know
up.
what? Before we get to that,
Huh?
I would really like to go back to tennis a little
Sure.
bit. One thing we forgot, and I don't know if you know Rachel Behrens. I'm sure you
Sure.
do.
Yeah, I do.
Rachel is a phenomenal young girl. She is a special education major down at Ohio University. And a couple of years ago, she started our adaptive tennis program. And we're offering that, once again, that's for kids that are in wheelchairs or other needs that they have. They can participate in this. And too many times, people like you and me that are healthy, we have healthy kids, we take for granted when they're out running, they're playing, that these kids still watch television and they have dreams of playing at Wimbledon or they playing whatever. And this is an opportunity for them to go out and actually play some tennis. They learn it's going to be on Saturdays, starting June the 15th. It'll go for June 15th through July the 13th. And it's for ages 5 to 22 years. It's only $10 to participate. And the thing that's really cool, all the instructors volunteer their time.
Wow, that's neat.
Yeah, they're
That's
not
neat.
charging. It's a great passion. I'm really proud of Rachel because she organized this whole thing. Gary Elick's doing it. Jessica Boster, who's a 4th-year intervention specialist at Medill School, she's participating. So I would encourage anybody for more information, Parks office, you can get these flyers. There's some out at our tennis courts. Great program, super program.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Friday night bandstand's coming up.
Oh man, I'm excited about this. This is the first year, Mike, that I've really taken charge of the whole thing. Usually the superintendent does that. And last year when Mitch Overton left for Bozeman, Montana, I kind of took over. And I've set it up before, I've been the MC and stuff, but I've never booked the acts. And I think we've really got a good group,
Really?
a really good blend of music. It starts June the 7th, and I hate winter. I'm not a winter person. My wife is from Hawaii, and so
Right.
we always go to Hawaii in the winter to visit her mom, and I like to get out of the snow. Well, normally we would always kick off with like a big band, like swing air band.
Right.
And I thought, you know what? I want to start off with a party, man. I want to have some fun. So on June 7th, we've got Central Ohio's #1 party band. They're called Conspiracy. And they've been here about 3 different times. And if you like music, they go from Frank Sinatra, Earth, Wind and Fire, Sly the Family Stone,
Wow.
Bonnie Raitt, Stevie Wonder.
The crew's laughing because they don't know any of those names.
Yeah,
They
you
have no
guys
clue.
Google it. All right, Google it. Motown. You ever heard of Motown? Great music, good party band. They're phenomenal musicians. I believe, is Dave Miller the band director here at Fairfield Christian Academy?
I'm not sure. Is
think
Dave Miller here, guys?
I
Is that-
think so, and Dave is a trumpet player in Conspiracy.
Okay.
Phenomenal trumpet player. So, and he used to be the band director at Logan now, but they're going to be here on June the 7th. On June the 14th, we have a group called Green Light Go, and they play classic rock, 80s, and then country music. Very good group. The one I'm really excited about on June the 21st is Sean Carney. And Sean is a blues singer.
Huh.
He won the International Blues Challenge last year. He's played with Muddy Waters. These guys back here on the camera, who are you
Who's
talking
Muddy
about?
Waters?
Okay, who's Muddy
Where's that
Waters?
river?
But this guy's going to go on a European tour, playing Austria, France, Germany, etc. We've got him down here. So
That's
if you
great.
like blues, you're going to love Sean Carney. And then the Mule Skinner Band is coming then on June the 28th. These guys are a hoot. They are joke tellers. They play good old bluegrass, country. They are just great musicians. You'll really enjoy them. Then on July the 5th, our community band, Judy Weir, she does our patriotic show.
Yeah.
And then on July the 12th, okay, you guys may have to Google this one too, but if you remember the Ed Sullivan Show, you know, back in 1964, the Beatles came over.
Yeah.
Well, we've got the British Invasion. And you've heard that
Yeah,
before.
yeah,
They are
yeah, yeah.
fantastic. They do all kind of music from the 60s, the groups that came over from across the pond, and they are phenomenal. And then, of course, we had the 2 weeks off for the festival. And I don't know about you. I don't know what kind of music you like. I'm gonna throw another one of these. I like disco. Okay.
Oh, I would have never thought. I would have thought country first.
And, well, I don't be honest, and that's a good segue about what I'm ready to say. The next group we have is called Jacked Up. I don't like country music.
Oh my!
But I want to tell you what, I heard this guy's demo. I'm a convert.
Really?
He plays hard-hitting country rock. He is phenomenal, and he's got a great, great sound. Jacked Up, it's just really neat. And then we had Direct Energy, which once again, if you like Chicago, you like, remember the song Vehicle from back in the 60s?
I don't know about that one.
Okay, Google it. But anyway, a lot of the groups from the 60s, 70s, and 80s had good horn lines, you know, and stuff like that. That's what Direct Energy is. Once again, Dave Miller, who's in Conspiracy, is also in that band. And then, of course, we finish off with Swings the Thing, and a lot of Glenn Miller, Tommy Dorsey, and that kind. I love that kind of music. I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to meet the needs of everybody. And for the guys on the camera, I want to report all the information you found from Google on groups from the 60s and 70s.
We'll see if JT can give you credit for something.
There you go.
Now, when you do that, how do you start this? You just
But you know what?
Google it yourself, or
It's really amazing once you've got a program going, how many people contact you.
Right.
But what we really started doing a lot, so I don't have to cut a check for each individual group.
Right.
We went through Class Acts Entertainment. It's a booking agent. Paul Hoy owns it. It's up in Columbus, and he got most of these groups for me. There's a couple others, British Invasion, we did on our own, and there's a couple others. And I would be really remiss if I didn't say thank you so much to Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan. This is the 31st anniversary for this. And they have sponsored, I think, about every year. And we could not do this programming. We would have, and there's nothing wrong with them, but we would not have A-type groups like this. We would have garage bands. And there's nothing wrong with garage bands, but I think we've really upscaled this program the last few years, and we could not do that without Judy Root and Fairfield Federal. They do a phenomenal job. They sponsor this every year. It's free to the public.
Right.
Gypsy Joe's Ice Cream's out there. Now, that's not free, but they're
there. That's a good
That's
thing.
great. They're doing that out there. And, of course, I couldn't do it without JVP or JV Productions, who does all of our sound. But June the 7th, it kicks off. It's from 7 to 8:30. Great time to be downtown.
And usually they go a little bit past 8:30. I know the downtown gets, but sometimes you go a little bit more than that.
Well, we really do, and that's why it used to be 7:30 to 9, and we found out a lot of the seniors in the last couple songs would be picking up their chairs and walking away. More people stayed this way. Yeah.
It's a great event.
I love it.
And a lot of people from out of town come just on Friday nights to visit relatives and go down.
Well, absolutely. Last year, because it was the 30th anniversary, we had McGuffey Lane. These guys over here, they were huge back when I was in college, back in the 70s. And they're thinking, when was the 70s, right? But McGuffey Lane came down, and man, people flocked in from all over. And it won't be unusual for the British Invasion to have 2,000, 3,000. It'll be packed.
Hopefully it'll be good weather.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be fantastic.
Actually, that's my biggest fear. This is my first year of really doing the whole thing by myself.
Sure.
And my biggest fear is always, when do you make that decision to cancel if there's bad weather?
No, do you have a cancel line like you do for other stuff? I mean,
well, if it is going to be, it's really kind of hard, Mike, because a lot of times it's a last-minute thing.
Right.
And so you don't have time to put the information. If we know way ahead of time, if it's one of those storms that's not going away, we will definitely put it on our website. We'll call the radio station and different things,
Okay.
Hopefully it never comes to that.
Yeah, because it's a great time. If you've never been to one on Friday night, you should go.
Yeah.
It is just a lot to do and really enjoy the time downtown. Golf lessons?
Well, yeah, my son wants me, I'm going to visit him out of Phoenix. He's in the Air Force, and he wants me to bring my golf club. I haven't played for over a year. But if you really want to tune up your golf game, we have an instructor. His name is Jim Zelensky, and he teaches out at West Park Golf. And Jim is he's a good teacher, great guy. If you're interested, you can go to our website, go to the sports page, and click on golf, and we have all of his times and when his classes are. He does group lessons. He'll do private lessons.
I took a lesson from him,
Yeah.
and I think I was the only student. He said, "I'm not sure I can help you." So, no, he is an excellent teacher.
Well, he really is. And you know, since I took lessons, I've killed more worms. I'll be honest, I took one lesson off of him, and he just tweaked my
Yeah,
grip a
that's
little
it.
bit.
Yeah.
I was hitting the ball straighter, but you got to keep playing
Right.
to stay.
Yeah.
And I bought, one of the new TaylorMade burners.
Yeah.
They didn't tell me they were TaylorMade worm burners.
And Jim can help you. He's very good.
Yeah, and he's just a gentle guy. You look at him, he's got these
Yeah.
huge hands,
Yeah.
a big guy,
Yeah.
but he's very patient.
Yeah.
And he has to be with me.
Absolutely. Then disc golf still going on.
Well, disc golf, if people don't know where disc golf is, if you know where Keller Kern Park is, you go up North High Street, you just go past Castaways a little bit.
Now they know where it's at.
Now they know where it's at. And if I use the term for you longtime Lancaster residents, Flat Rocks,
Yeah.
they know where it's at. Great park. It's about 70-some acres, good hiking trails. But you're right, we have added disc golf. There's an 18-hole golf course. If you've never tried it, it's really kind of
It
challenging.
is. It's a lot harder than you think it is.
And you know what's interesting is the guys that are serious, they've got a little pouch they carry, and that's their golf bag. And they have driving discs, they have putting discs, they have chipping discs, and we grew up, just give me a whammo frisbee.
You're right.
I think I've just insulted every disc golfer in the world.
That's okay. I'll get over it.
But it's a great time,
Yeah.
and it's something you can do regardless of
Right.
age. You don't have to be super skilled, you just throw that
Why are
disc.
you looking at me when you said that, regardless of age? Why are you
I'm older than you, so
I know. No, you're not.
I'll be 60 next year, Mike.
Oh, you are older.
There you go.
Feel good today. We just have a few minutes left. Fall sports coming up. I know you plan year round, so
But yeah, it's really interesting, and people wonder why you do it so early, but it does take a long time to organize, and that's our soccer program. Probably the largest youth sports program in the city of Lancaster.
Yeah.
We're not even finished with the spring season yet. We still will go clear to almost June the 1st, and we actually have some matches on June the 1st.
wow.
But I have been around, and I've distributed registration forms to the schools, and it's on our website. So you can sign up now. The deadline is June the 25th or 8th, whatever that last Friday in June is. I forget right off the top of my head. That's the deadline. And it takes me all of July to get teams organized, to find coaches, and do schedules. And we'll start playing probably near the end of August.
And I can't remember how many rough guess. Just take a guess.
Well, we were talking about that just the other day. When I started in 1992, the fall season before that, there were 300 kids participating. The first spring I did it, there were 600. It's not unusual for us to average close to 1,000 or more every season.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. And it's a good program to get kids in that team environment.
Well, it really does. And when this was started by Al Brown way back in the 70s, it was started not to train kids to be high school players, but a fun, recreational program where regardless of how good an athlete, you can go out and you can participate in a team sport. And then we encourage the good players. There is a select soccer traveling program that if you really have aspirations of playing at a higher level, get into select soccer and then come see me at the high school.
Now, do they still do adult soccer? Do they still have adult soccer?
You know what? We used to do adult soccer. And it got to the place where I thought I was refereeing a WWE wrestling match.
Yeah.
Some of them were just really out of control. And
Yeah.
at that time, there was probably only 2-3 referees that could do adults.
Right.
And one was myself. And I thought, you know what? I don't want to put up with this all summer, And players, we had a couple going to the hospital, and so we really kind of
Yeah.
got rid of it.
Yeah. The first time I'd never played soccer before.
Yeah.
Football, basketball, all that stuff. I played in high school, and I got put on this team, and I really didn't know much. And Nettie
Morris.
Nettie Morris was the programmer at the time. And I said, well, I haven't played, just put me on a team. So she put me on this team, and Mike Kiger was on it before his accident.
Okay, sure.
And he put me back at fullback, and I said, what do I do? He said, when the ball comes this way, just try to take it away from the guy. So they came down, and I basically knocked him down. And I got up, and I turned around, and Mike's just laughing. He's just laughing to me. So it was funny.
Well, it's interesting. I played on the very first soccer team that Lancaster High School ever had. It was
That's right.
It was a club team, and when I first played it, course, you're a golfer too.
Yeah.
Hole number 16 at Valley View.
Absolutely.
Kurt George on that farm right parallel to it. We had a
Correct.
soccer field there, and that's the first place I ever played soccer.
No kidding.
Yeah, because of course that's the George family farm at
Yeah.
the time, and yeah, that's where I first got my exposure to the game of soccer.
I have been in that field many times.
Yeah, me too.
And then one other thing before we go, stargazing. I don't know if we're still doing that at the parks.
Well, you know, we really do. Roger Grossenbacher used to be a Lancaster high school educator. He ran the planetarium there.
Right.
And in August, and I can't remember the exact day, but in August he'll have a session out at Alley Park. Between 8:30 and 9 o'clock we'll start, and he'll bring telescope. He'll have some friends bring telescopes. And it's really a nice evening. You're out there at Alley Park. It's a beautiful place. It's quiet at nighttime, and because no city lights,
Right.
really good views of the stars. I remember one time we're sitting up there and he pointed out, and you could see the space station go around in orbit. You
No
know?
kidding.
Oh yeah, that was neat.
Oh, that is neat. Well, Steve Conrad, we appreciate you coming in. I know you are busy. You've got stuff going on the entire summer and the fall, and maybe get some time and go to Hawaii again for a week.
Well,
or so.
you know, the end of the year, and
Yeah.
you know that's one of the things I really enjoy. You know, my wife's mom's getting older, so we really try to purposely go back and see her
Sure.
every December. So I really suffer for the family and go to Hawaii.
Yeah, you take one for the family. Yeah,
That's right.
absolutely.
No
Well,
kidding.
Again, we appreciate you coming in.
Well, you know, thank you so much, and thank you for your support of the parks over the years. You know, loaning us your daughter as a
Oh.
lifeguard and tennis
No
instructor.
problem. Glad to do it. Gets me out of the house. Thanks for tuning in to this edition of Lancaster Perspective. I'm Mike Miller. Remember, until we meet again, let's make a difference.
This is one amazing truffula tree. Can you imagine a place where these grow everywhere? Yes, it's called the forest, a magical place to enjoy with your family. So discover the forest and explore all the wonder that's there. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.